So I have been a little bit thin on the ground with my vlogs and live streams. Excuse me. And that's because I've been doing some videos, some bite-sized MMT videos, modern monetary theory videos for real progressives, and I've been a bit busy also with an event in this. I'm in the city at the moment, and so I was helping out with an event, so I've been a bit busy and I haven't been able to do much in the way of live streams or vlogs. But anyway, I thought today it's very important to be able to do a quick live stream just about the Great Return, which is, and excuse me if there's a lot of traffic going by, I hope it's not too distracting. So the Great Return is thousands and thousands of Palestinians have, I hope this connection isn't too bad. If somebody wants to leave a note saying, I hope it's not too bad, this connection. Anyway, I'll give it a go. So there's thousands of Palestinians who are protesting the occupation and the brutal occupation of Palestinians and their right of return. And unfortunately, it's being met, of course, with dreadful violence by the Israeli apartheid state, which is not surprising because every day Palestinians have to endure this dreadful occupation, brutal occupation, and it's worse than apartheid was at the height of apartheid in South Africa. So that gives you an idea of how bad it is. Oh, good. That's great. Thanks, Sisu. So anyway, I'm glad there's a decent connection. So anyway, that's the situation for Palestinians is treacherous, and in this Great Return protest, where there's thousands and thousands of Palestinians in a peaceful protest, mind you, there are 100 Israeli snipers who are killing Palestinians, and there's been 16 Palestinians. I think I don't know, if I turn my camera, it might be a bit tricky. I don't know, I'll have a look. How's that? Is that better? Hang on a sec. Whoops. Sorry about that. How's that? Is that better? Anyway, I don't know if you can see that okay. I might just go back to this view. Sorry about that. Okay, so this terrible occupation and this protest, which is going to go on for the next 6 weeks, Palestinians protesting the occupation and the apartheid situation there. So the 16 Palestinians have been killed so far by snipers, and there's 100 of them, and it didn't work. Yeah, it didn't work when it went sideways. Anyway, so anyway, the 16 Palestinians have been killed, and about 400 plus have been wounded, and this will probably be the same. It'll probably just get worse and worse as the 6 weeks goes along. And this gives you an idea of what Palestinians endure every day. This is how the Israeli government and Israeli defense forces deal with peaceful protests. And I don't know if you've seen the video yesterday of a 3-year-old child, being arrested by 2 Israeli Defense Force soldiers. That's a 3-year-old child. Can you imagine? That gives you an idea of how they behave towards Palestinian children, arresting a 3-year-old child. So, I mean, you know, it's beyond belief what goes on. And I mean, you know, if you didn't, you know, we have to do something to address this situation, because it's only getting worse and worse for Palestinians, and it is an ongoing genocide. So what we can do to, sorry, my hair's all crazy. What we can do to address this is to, first of all, join the Boycott, Divestment and Sanctions movement, the BDS movement, and that is what ended apartheid in South Africa. It's worse, of course, than that what was in South Africa at its worst, what is happening to Palestinians. But the way that it ended was the boycott, divestment, and sanctions movement, and that's what's going to help end this situation for Palestinians, the boycott, divestment, and sanctions movement, which is actually taking hold, and I think it's I think it's frightening the Israeli government, because it's impacting them. So that's one way we can end this dreadful genocide that's going on against Palestinians, and the other way is to disseminate independent news and independent programs about this situation for Palestinians. And one of them, the Empire Files, and I'll leave a link to that, with Abby Martin, who's an excellent journalist. She and Mike Preisner have done about 5 different excellent programs about on various issues in relation to Palestine and the occupation, and so that's something that we can also share, and I'll leave a link to some of those programs. So the Empire Files, you can find it on YouTube, and it's difficult because the algorithms are suffocating the Empire Files, it seems, which is not surprising because it's not mainstream media narrative. And you can find them on YouTube at Empire Files. So check that out. And if you search The Great Return, the hashtag, you should be able to find a fair bit of information about what's happening currently for Palestinians. But just imagine, a peaceful protest, and there's been 16 Palestinians killed, peacefully protesting, and hundreds wounded. And they're also using, as well as live ammunition, they're using rubber-coated bullets. And rubber-coated bullets are just thinly coated steel bullets, which are lethal. And they're also dropping tear gas from drones above the Palestinian peaceful protesters. Tear gas from drones. So this is how they treat peaceful protesting. So that gives you an idea of what it's like for Palestinians. So we must support them and do whatever we can to disseminate information, because the mainstream media isn't going to do that. The idea is to complete a genocide of Palestinians, and they're doing that with the help of mainstream media being silent. They're doing that with the backing of the United States, who gives millions and millions of dollars to Israel every year, and this is what's happening for Palestinians. It's the complicity of many Western countries, the complicity of the mainstream media. So that is why we have to do our best to counter that and disseminate independent media about this issue, and join the boycott, divestment, and sanctions movement. That's the only way this dreadful situation for Palestinians is going to end. And what a brave people they are to go out in their thousands. That just shows how desperate they are. Goes out in their thousands to protest peacefully, and they know that they could be shot dead by a sniper at the whim of whatever a sniper decides at any time over the next 6 weeks. How brave is that? So anyway, that's really all I wanted to say, and please join me in future for future vlogs and live streams. I'll probably be doing more direct live streams from YouTube, because the algorithms on Facebook, or as some people call it, fascist book, is kind of crazy. It's really, really extreme, and particularly when it comes to issues like this. So I might be doing more live streams from YouTube directly. Hopefully next time I'll have a tripod and a decent plug-in mic, so that the audio is better. So my apologies if it's not up to standard. Thanks very much for watching. Please feel free to share this. Join my YouTube channel at Vegantrove, VEGANTROVE, and thank you very much for watching. Till next time, and hopefully I can turn this off successfully. Till next time, bye for now.